Good evening, everyone. This is Steve KI5JUF. Hope everyone's having a good evening out there and a good 4th of July coming up. So I got another video today I want to talk about, and what I want to go over today is on the FT991A, they have a feature called VOX, and they also have one called MOX, but today we're going to focus on the VOX function. And what VOX stands for is it's actually voice activated transmission versus push to talk or PTT. So I'm on 2400. I'm actually transmitting into a dummy load. So normally when we talk on the radio, we normally press the the PTT button. Now what this feature does is with the VOX, it actually you don't have to push the PTT. What happens is we actually configure the radio to go into transmit mode whenever you start speaking into the microphone. So that can be a benefit. You can just, instead of having to press the PTT every time you want to make a CQ call or anything like that, you just speak into the microphone and the radio automatically transmits. So what I'd like to do today is show you how we actually turn the VOX feature on. So the VOX feature, I'll show you where it's located. And again, what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and press the FM list button. And what we're going to do is we're going to scroll to the left and to the right. And what we're looking for is VOX. And there's our VOX right there. And you notice that it's in the off position. So what we want to do here is we want to go ahead and turn the VOX on. So I'm going to press it once. Now it's turned on. So now what will happen is anytime I speak into the microphone and without pressing the PTT, the radio will transmit. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm just holding the microphone and I'm going to speak into it. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, Kilo India 5, Juliet, Uniform, Foxtrot. Now that is voice activated. So, if you're going to use voice activated, there's a couple of things that you need to be aware of and you need to configure under the menu setup. Now there's actually two settings. One of them is called voice gain. Now what this is, and this is setting number 143, the voice gain setting, what it does is it sets the sensitivity of the activation of the PTT or the transmit with your voice. So in other words, you can make it less sensitive or increase the sensitivity. And the reason you would want to increase the sensitivity might be is if you've got an air conditioner running in the background or fans running. You want to make this adjustment with those air conditioner or fan running, because we want to make sure that when the air conditioner turns on, we're not transmitting on the air. So I recommend if you make these adjustments, you want to go ahead and set it to where you might have the loudest audio in the room where the radio is located, because you don't want the air conditioner to turn on your radio and you've been transmitting for 30 minutes because your air conditioner's been running and you didn't know it. So that's kind of why we do that. There's a second setting which is also called voice delay. So what the voice delay does is it allows, it's like a debounce circuit. So if you're talking into the microphone and say you just pause for a second, you don't immediately want to drop the transmission, you want to continue transmitting. So it gives you more of a buffer. So if you're talking and you stop for just a second, you don't want the transmission to stop because you're in the process of maybe making your next sentence or something like that. And I'll show you how to set both of these. So most importantly, now we have the VOX turned on. Sorry about that. VOX is turned on. Now the two settings we're going to adjust are like I said, the first one is 143 and 144. So to get to those, we need to press and hold the menu setup button. Now, I've already got them set there because I was doing some testing earlier, but the first one we're going to do is we're going to set the gain. Now what I'm going to do is, you notice I have it, I need to go to 143. There's 143 right there. Default is 50, and remember on the Yaesu, anything in the menu mode, anything in blue is the default. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually lower the sensitivity, and when I lower it, I'm going to speak into the microphone, but notice it's probably not going to transmit, and I'm holding it about 2 inches from my mouth. Audio test, 1 2 3 4 4 3 2 1. 1 2 3 4 4 3 2 1. Now when I increase that, let's go to 70 for example. It's going to become a lot more sensitive. Audio test, 1 2 3 4 4 3 2 1. Audio test, 1 2 3 4 4 3 2 1. Now if you notice there, you might have noticed that it was actually flipping back and forth, and that was when I was having delays in my voice. And let me demonstrate that. Audio test. This is Kilo India 5, Juliet, Uniform, Foxtrot, calling CQ10, CQ10. Kilo India 5. You see how it's clicking back and forth? What we have to do here is, we're going to go ahead and leave this on 70 because this is the sensitivity to my voice. We're going to go ahead and press enter. Now the second setting that we have to do is the actual what's called the voice delay. Now this is what I was talking about earlier. When I have pauses in my voice, just because I'm taking a breath or whatever, we want to make sure that the radio still stays in transmit mode. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead, now this is default is 500 milliseconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and roll this up to, let's say, 2 seconds, just for fun. This way, if I have a pause in my voice, the radio will still stay in transmission mode while I'm taking a breath or whatever, or just, you know, having a pause there for a second. Alright, let's go to 2000 or 2 seconds. Now, watch what happens. I'm going to speak at about the same pace with a couple of breaks here and there, but you're going to notice the radio is going to stay in transmit mode. This is Kilo India 5, Juliet, Uniform, Foxtrot. Kilo India 5, Juliet, Uniform, Foxtrot, calling CQ 10 meter, CQ 10 meter, and listening for a contact. Now if you notice there were absolutely no drops. We stayed in full transmission mode. And that's kind of what we're looking for. Kilo India 5, Juliet, Uniform, Foxtrot, calling CQ 10 meter and listening for a contact. Kilo India 5, Juliet, Uniform, Foxtrot, calling CQ 10 meter and listening for a contact. Okay, there it released. It was a little bit longer than I was expecting. Let's try 1000. Let's try 1 second just for fun. That might be a little, maybe 1500. Kind of get an idea here. This is Kilo India 5, Juliet, Uniform, Foxtrot, calling CQ 10 meter, CQ 10 meter, and listening for a contact. Kilo India 5, Juliet, Uniform, Foxtrot. Actually, that works pretty good there too. It just picked me up. Let's go to 1 second. I'm not sure what the best solution here is, but you can kind of play around with this. This is Kilo India 5, Juliet, Uniform, Foxtrot, calling CQ 10 meter and listening for a contact. Kilo India 5, Juliet, Uniform, Foxtrot, calling CQ 10 meter and listening for a contact. 1 second might actually be good. But you get the idea here. Is what this does is this actually, it's like a debounce. So if you're talking and you lower your voice or you take a breath or two, it will actually continue transmitting, so you're not, you know, going off the air and back on the air. Let's just try 1000 just for fun. This is Kilo India 5, Juliet Uniform Foxtrot calling CQ 10 meter and listening for a contact. Kilo India 5, Juliet Uniform Foxtrot calling CQ 10 meter and listening for a contact. That might even be better. You can kind of play around with it. I kind of like the 1000 to be honest with you. I like the 1 second. I think that might be a little bit more because I noticed that the 2 seconds we were kind of hanging on a little longer when I had stopped speaking. So keep in mind this time is based on the moment that the radio is not hearing any audio or you're not accessing or going above the trip point. So 1000 might be a good, but this kind of gives you an idea, shows you where the setting is. And now again to save it, I'm going to press enter. So now we have activated the VOX and we have set the sensitivity level, which is number 143. I find 70 works pretty good. And then we've set the delay, which I kind of like 1000 or 1 second actually works pretty good too. So the whole purpose of the VOX is you can sit here and you can just have your radio sitting right there on the actual, on your station, and you can just talk right into the radio and you don't have to sit here and constantly press on the PTT button. You can just simply talk into the radio. KI5 JUF, Kilo India 5, Juliet Uniform Foxtrot. And you don't have to sit there and constantly press the PTT button. So it's kind of a nice feature. The radio also has the ability to have a foot switch that you can actually, instead of actually working a PTT button per se, you can actually have a switch on the floor that you can actually press and go in and just press your foot on the foot pedal and you're in transmit mode. So let's go ahead and save both of these. 70, we're going to select that. And we're going to select enter, and now we're going to go back. Let's see, we're going to select enter. Now we're going to go down to the second one and we're going to enter that, and now we're good. So the last setting I'll show you is there is a MOX setting, which is a manually operated transmission. So if you were to push this, it would also go into transmit mode. But however, notice it leaves it in transmit mode. So like if you're making adjustments and so forth, it will actually leave it's like pressing on the PTT button continuously. So if you want to turn the VOX off, you just go back here. Now it's off. Now if I talk 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, nothing happens. If I turn it back on, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and we'll leave it off. The most important thing you have to realize with the VOX is if you have a loud noise and you do not set those that threshold, like I showed you, that number 143, it will actually, you could be keying up all day long if you're not paying attention. You could be running the lawnmower, running the air conditioner, running a high-speed fan in the garage, and you could be keying up for a long period of time. Now the radio does, I believe, have a timeout feature, and I'll research that later in another video that we can set. But the main thing is you just want to be careful that you're not changing a tire, or you want an impact wrench going off in the background, because you'll be transmitting that all over the air and for God knows how long, if you're working on a car or something. So anyway, that's all I got for you tonight. Just a quick video. I am in the process of reviewing some more videos. But one of the things that I'm looking at is doing some more videos with the RT system software, because there's a lot of powerful features and stuff. But anyway, that's all for this evening. Everyone have a wonderful evening. Good 4th of July. I'm going to put up some more videos this week, and this is just one I just wanted to do real quick. And again, 73 from KI5 JUF Steve, and everyone have a great evening. And if you don't watch any videos, or if I don't get anybody, everyone have a great 4th of July. and 73. Thank you very much for watching.